Yo, the lighting's a bit crazy. I'm not sure how this is going to come out. So I was at the chemist and I made a complaint because last time I was there, the pharmacist said, "I fuck children." She said it to me, and when I left, she said, "Trans, you know," and the manager came down and we had a chat, you know. And so much for me being a soft touch, you know what I mean? Complaining like that. I mean, it's one thing that I'd never do. I'd never call the law on someone, you know what I mean? Because I've been to prison and I know what pieces of shit judges are and lawyers are and prison guards are, you know, the whole fucking system is a piece of shit. And I would never send anyone to jail because that's severe trauma, you know, on a person, and it's not going to help them. It's going to make them more of a criminal, more of a piece of shit than they were to start with. But yeah, I complained against this bitch. I did. I'm supposed to be going Nottingham today, and I missed my fucking train. I don't know what happened, but I missed my fucking train. And it stressed me out so bad that I needed a whole clonazepam to sort me out. The symptoms I get when I need clonazepam is like serious anger, you know? Serious anger, and it's weird because I don't even know. You know, I don't know why this anger is coming up. You know, but I get fucking livid. And it's a good thing that I do because this woman said, he turned around, he's a dick, you know what I mean? She called me a dick because I turned around. I said, fuck you. And I said, fuck off to someone else as well, making some nasty comment towards me. This is being trans. This is a shit I have to deal with, you know. And it was weird, just being in the bus station. Well, everywhere really. Just looking at fucking zombies, you know what I mean? Robots. That's what people are. Fucking zombies and fucking robots, you know. It's like they're not even human, you know what I mean? I wouldn't go to any of these shitheads with my problems. They wouldn't understand them. They wouldn't give a fuck about what's bothering me, about how, like, I missed my train to the GIC, and I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if it's going to be serious or not, you know. That's the Gender Identity Centre for the transgender people, you know, because there's a 1.5 year waiting list just to get in there. And there's like trans people committing suicide because they just can't wait that long to be seen, you know. just part of trans bigotry that we have to deal with, you know? Just part of trans bigotry. And I don't know how it's going to go, and I'm so upset that I can't ring them. Or what the fuck am I going to do? Make some kind of excuse? It's not my fucking fault. You know what I mean? It's not my fault I missed my fucking train. I was early. I was well fucking early to the station. I don't know what went wrong. I waited for my train fucking well past it was supposed to arrive, and it never showed. So, I don't know. I'm not in the best of moods. I feel fucking awful, actually. I felt awful yesterday, and I feel awful today. And I'm asking myself, you know, 3 weeks ago, my depression was gone, and I felt happy all the time. And then it was gone, and I felt like shit for 3 weeks now. Yeah, that's pretty much it, you know. I expect to feel like shit for at least another Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, another 4 days. I expect to feel like shit for at least another 4 days, you know. Maybe longer. My fuck girls video, I feel that was on point, you know. Just a quick note to say, I'm not a fucking whore. And if you're a girl who feels that they fancy a bit of trans, you know, treat me like a fucking whore, you know, come on to me sexually, dehumanize me into a sex object and come on to me sexually, then you can fuck right off. You know what I mean? And I'm actually really grateful for this change in myself, because I've only just realised how I've been acting, how I've nearly been going off with girls who don't give a fuck about me. You know what I mean? They're just fuck girls. And they're probably the shittest lay that anybody has ever had. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? That's what you get when you fuck idiots. You have a bad time. You know. So I missed my train. I had a beer before I went. Stella Artois. I'm craving coffee so fucking hard. But I'm a bit scared because I was addicted to painkillers once, and they didn't take away the pain, they made the pain like 10 times worse. You know, and I'm wondering if the same thing's going to happen with all this coffee I'm drinking. You know, is it going to make me feel 10 times worse? Not better, but 10 times worse if I have about 4 or 5 cups a day. You know. I don't know. Just anything to take the pain away, you know? Anything to take the pain away. Just until, maybe, just until, like, try and cover up the sun so it doesn't, just until Friday, when hopefully I'll start feeling better. You know, 4 fucking days before I can actually start feeling okay, you know. I shouldn't feel sorry for myself because I have now learned that toxic people can fuck off. I've learned that now. I've said this before in one of my videos, which I heard a spirit whisper in my ear, stay away from him. This is one of the toxic people I see. And this toxic girl as well, she was so fucking hot, but the problem was she's a hooker, and if I'd have fucked her, I could have got AIDS, you know. I've been mistaking sexual attraction for love and respect, and it's not the same thing. It's very far from it. That's what made me realise that people have been treating me like a whore. And I'm actually very grateful for the last 3 weeks that I've been through, because it's taught me that toxic people can just fuck off. You know, if I rewind 3 weeks, I was happy enough to just stay in my flat on my own. And feel absolutely fine, you know. No depression, no mental health problems. Just feeling fine in my flat on my own. And if that's the case, then I don't need toxic people. Once I reach Friday, hopefully I'll be feeling okay again. And I won't need toxic people in my life, and I can just fuck them off, you know. Just fuck them off. Yeah. Because they're bastards. They are. They're just bastards. You know. Toxic people are bastards. I rang my mum, she texted me, and as soon as I got the tone, I texted her back. I rang her back straight away. I told her that I'd missed my train. I'm so fucking upset that I missed my train to the GIC. So fucking upset. You know. Because they put too much pressure on the trans girls and trans men to get to that appointment, you know. They just put too much pressure on us. And it's literally breaking me. Because if I can't go to those appointments anymore, I can't get a prescription for progesterone. I can't regulate my period, you know. I hear people talking outside, and usually when people talk, because where I live is a complete and utter shithole. There ain't one decent person who lives here, as far as I'm aware. They're all fucking wankers. And every time I'm making a YouTube video, I'm always getting like snide comments outside my window. You know, fucking shitheads. It's a terrible situation. I mean, I've got to move. I'm seeing Ellie tomorrow. She said, does she have permission to contact Cross Keys on my behalf? And truth is, I don't want to do it at the moment because I'm feeling so ill. I have no confidence. You know, I need maximum confidence to get the best deal I can get out of Cross Keys, the quickest move that I can get, you know. I could explain that to Ali and say, look, I just need to recover from this illness so that I can be confident enough to talk to Cross Keys and get the best deal that I can get, the fastest move that I can get out of here, you know. I'm gonna ring the Samaritans as soon as I've made this video because I am really fucked up. I'm really upset. I do feel suicidal. I mean, I've travelled round. I've seen nothing but fucking zombies everywhere. Complete fucking deadhead fuckheads. You know. And I felt unsafe, you know, for being trans. Felt unsafe. I feel unsafe here in my own fucking home. I feel unsafe. Because, like I explained in my other video, there were 7 Polish lads and these 2 brothers were going to bash them all in with iron bars. That's the kind of danger I'm living around, you know. But like I say, the fastest way of getting moved out of here will actually be to leave it a week or 2 until my confidence comes back, and then ring Cross Keys and get some sort of deal going on there. Get moved out of here. I'm really proud of myself that I complained about this bitch. She was the pharmacist. You know, and I'm so shocked that someone educated could be such a total bitch. You know, a real nasty fucking bitch. You know what I mean? I said to the manager, I said, like, she's dealing with dangerous drugs, right? And if she's so freaking lost it that she's making comments like that, is she safe? Is she competent to give people the right drugs and the right dosages? You know what I mean? He said he was taking it very seriously. But he's got my details. I just hope that he contacts me if he can't find anything and we can sort of narrow down when it was I was in there, when I picked up the prescription, you know, when the prescription went in and when I picked it up. I may have actually carried it in from the doctors. It may have not been an electronic one. I may have carried it in from the doctors. And, yeah. So that would give a time, that would at least give a day when it happened, you know. I seem to remember that. So, yeah. They all know who it fucking was. I mean, I don't know if... There's this lady I like there, yeah, and I don't know if she lied her fucking ass off and said, I don't know who you on about. Who the fuck would forget a comment like that? You know, well, I wouldn't put it past her, to be honest. Forget something like that. I wouldn't. You know what I mean? But, there you go. I remember what Ellie told me, which is that pain, it never lasts. I think it's going to last 4 days before I start to feel better. And problem is, the way I am, I can't leave the house. I can't leave the flat. I just can't handle people. They just seem so evil. You know. They just seem so evil. I just can't handle it. You know what I mean? And I've tried my best for 2.5 years to wake myself up and become more aware. And when I'm finally awake, you know, I realise that they're all just shitheads. You know, I think Amanda Flaker has got it down pretty well when she says, like, they're in the war mentality. I'm not enough, there's not enough, you have to fight for everything that you want, you know, sort of thing. I don't know. You know what I mean? Is a cough supposed to intimidate me? There's always some dickhead outside when I'm trying to make a video. Yeah, I mean, within the space of 2 minutes, I told one guy to fuck up. I said to one guy, fuck you, and then to this other guy, I said, fuck off. You know, just getting abuse off people, you know. Luckily, that was the end of it. You know, I guess the situation was that I'd stood up for myself, and that because I'd done that, nobody else was going to pick on me, because a victim, it shows, you know. People can spot a victim a mile away and they will give them shit. And because I stood up to myself twice within the space of 2 minutes, I guess I no longer had that whiff, that smell, that stench of like a victim, and I guess nobody else fucked with me after that, you know. Yeah. Yeah. You know, I have been through worse. Well, I kind of do feel suicidal right now. So, what it is 4 days of like the deepest depression. That I remember from like 2 years ago. 4 days of it, I mean. Oh, if only, 2 years ago my depression had only lasted 4 days, you know what I mean? That would just be absolute heaven to me, absolute heaven if I knew my depression would only last 4 days. And I know that right now. I know it will only last 4 days or maybe a week and 4 days, before I start feeling completely fine, completely happy, completely comfortable, relaxed, etc., etc., all the other words that come along with it. Yeah. And I suppose really, I kind of believe that everything happens for a reason, and I kind of believe that I'm going through this shit so that I can ground myself. I can tell people to fuck off when they're verbally abusive towards me. I can say fuck you, obviously not to their faces, just within my own mind, to like using pieces of shit, who just want to take every fucking penny that I've got and probably want to make me borrow some and take that too, really fucking ruin me. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna be a sucker for love anymore. Not sexual love. Any bird who comes onto me, I know I've already been there, but any bird who comes onto me sexually before even trying to initiate a conversation with me can fuck right off, because I know she's a slag, and I don't want her fucking sexually transmitted diseases. I don't want her expectation of me to get her pregnant and then get trapped by her for like, I don't want a kid with a fucking slaggy, bitchy tossed pot. You know what I mean? I don't want that, and I know that if I go with a girl like that, there will be an expectation that I get her pregnant. I, I, I can't believe. The only word I can think of, it's quite an old-fashioned one, it's pitfalls. I can't believe the pitfalls in life, The way people try and fucking entrap you and catch you out and trick you and rob you and sexually abuse you and all the shit that people try and do, it's just such a big shock to me how fucking evil a lot of people are, And that's really got nothing to do with that I'm transgender. Actually, it may have everything to do with I'm transgender. It may be that because I'm transgender, they see me as a victim, a mark, and they feel they can get from me whatever they want, whether that's money or sex, or a baby, just fucking use that piece of shit trans girl, No respect for her. Just fucking fuck her over because that's what she deserves, you know what I mean? Yeah, it's a bit of a rant, I suppose. But being trans is fucking hard. Because all the pieces of shit come right out of the woodwork. They pretend to be your friend. They tend to pretend to love you, they pretend to care about you, they pretend to want to have babies with you because they love you, you know, when in actual fact they just want your fucking money, you know, probably for drugs, not for not for their baby, but for drugs, you know. Maybe they do want to have a baby, but I don't want to, like I said, I don't want to be tied to someone who is a complete piece of shit through a baby, you know. I don't. You know what I mean? If I'm gonna find someone, you see, the thing is, there is a positive side to this, which is that when I'm well, and I have been well 3 weeks ago, completely and utterly fine, you know, completely happy. When I was well, I was talking to several strangers a day, you know, striking up conversations with them, and it was, I don't like to use a long word, but it was inevitable that, like, I would eventually meet someone who I liked, and not in a sexual way, but in a conversation way. Someone through conversation, someone I could find out to not be a narcissist, you know. Someone who understands my feelings, my concerns, my pains, my passions, you know, and vice versa. You know what I mean? If I find someone like that, then we've got a chance at, like, making a family, you know? You know what I mean? Yeah. And if I choose to have a baby with someone, it will be because of the strength of my feeling towards that person. It won't be because I feel obligated, because they see me as a man, and men, they dehumanize men, and they say a man should come inside a woman every time he fucks her, you know, because men are like, men don't want babies, you know. And it's really that they just don't want babies with the wrong person, you know what I mean? But I feel that women will try and force men to come inside them, you know, give them babies when, like I say, a man doesn't want to be tied to a shithead tosspot of a woman, you know what I mean? Yeah. Anyways, I'm fucked off, so I'm going. Goodbye.